Hey.
Hey guys, welcome to Nerds and Nuance. I'm Ian.
I'm Clarence.
And we're back with more Young Justice.
Oh.
So last episode
Never again.
was never again. I tried it once, no more. We dealt with Deathstroke a little bit.
No, he dealt with us.
He dealt with Lagan, really, just
that
one person.
That man took Aragorn to a new level.
He also kind of sort of dealt with Sportsmaster the episode before, but you know, whatever. McGann's been kidnapped.
This man showed up with Narsil, and whooped a fish's ass for 20 minutes. It was more like 20 seconds. But
also,
he didn't even slice him.
True. It seems that Green Beetle has helped Jaime.
No.
Possibly.
No.
Possibly.
No.
He's at least freed his mind.
No. No. People on Patreon know you're lying.
People on YouTube know whether I'm lying or not.
They have to wait.
Also, well, no. Commercial.
Not just the lid, the entire can.
Doc, we've been at this for 5 hours straight. How about a lunch break?
Take 20 minutes.
You heard me. I'm sick and tired of the testing. We all are.
The meta-gene the Reach activated inside you must be opportunistic, taking advantage of whatever is present in the subject's system.
Only the subject doesn't care. I want a cure, not an explanation.
You have only yourself to blame. None of this would have happened if you hadn't run away from your abuelo's home in Argentina.
I thought I wanted to be with my father. What a mistake that turned out to be.
Typical parent.
Well, he didn't mean to. He looked very upset.
Hey, Ed, we were just passing by.
I just know I can't take much more of this place.
You won't have to, because we're busting out tonight.
So Space Cowboy.
That's not how. Steve Bloom don't sound like that, brother. So long.
So long.
You coming, Sam?
すいません
That might be yes.
Sorry, but I can't let you do this.
Let's go. The alarms put the whole place on lockdown.
すいません
You kids need to come with us.
Don't think so. Behind you.
Listen, this is for your own good.
Heard that before.
Oh, ow. Ow.
Oh.
Okay, now what?
No idea.
Dude, can't believe you called your family. No way I'm going back to mine.
Look, I know the Reach was abducting Runaways, but with me, they got it wrong. I was grabbed while waiting at a train station to meet my sister. My folks and I, we're good, and they must be worried sick.
Angry Seema-san.
やばい
Nope.
ヤクラが来る
Other stuff.
I have no idea.
Compañero, Wilcox is here.
Oh, great. Ty, wake up, man. We're in trouble.
Yep.
He just transcends. This is alright.
This was not in the briefing.
Hey, baby! The long shadow is here.
Okay. Not what I expected, but... Everyone stay calm. The situation is under control.
Oh, sorry. I'm asleep.
This is the Avatar state.
That's so cool.
Come on, man. Wake up.
Ty!
How'd I get... Oh, it happened again. I thought I was dreaming.
No dream. Trust me. I'm not here to hurt you, but you four need to go back to Star.
Look, I recognize you. I know you're one of the good guys, one of the heroes that saved us all from the Reach.
But dude, you just don't get it.
No, Ty. I really do.
Hello.
Jaime?
Yeah, it's me.
How?
It's a long story.
We're headed to my parents' place so they can...
Get hurt or killed trying to protect you? That's your plan?
助けてくれるの?
Hi. I'll help you.
Dude, you speak Japanese?
Scarab translates. Don't ask.
So
All right, new plan. I have this buddy, Green Beetle. He helped me. I think he can help you too. He's not far from here. I'll take you.
Holy guy.
Blue Beetle will find the children and bring them back.
I'm back.
That doesn't seem like Blue Beetle.
What do you mean?
Greetings, meat bags.
What are you doing here?
Well,
No!
Look, stay put and stay out of sight. I'll be back soon.
My dad could be in trouble. Dude, you hate your dad.
Only sometimes.
Hey, it's cool. If it were my dad, nothing would keep me away. I'm with you.
So you two want to go back to the exact place we just escaped from? Whatever. I'm in too.
なんだかよくわからないけど、じゃあ一緒に行くわよ。
The mountain.
editing.
Wow.
Ow. Well, hey, it's the first time he's dealt with it, I think. I mean, we don't know what happened between.
Alright. Could have.
What's up?
Hope your powers got awakened through this traumatic experience of seeing your friend die.
I'll save Jaime. You guys just follow the robot. Make sure no one else gets hurt. Go! Okay, I can do this. Grandpa's been trying to teach me focus since I was 8. Breathe, he'd say. Breathe and be.
Love the score for his awakening powers.
The Justice League sent the head to another location as insurance.
Yeah, no.
Then I'll take your head as compensation.
There you go, I'll got. First time he's done it with more than just him.
You teleported with another person?
I was motivated.
Oof, that's jarring though.
It hurts.
We'll run interference.
Will you now?
Oh, wait. Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. He did nothing. He stood there.
My turn, meat bags.
Hey!
Oh!
That's it, Ty! Now
Launch.
pull!
You don't seem to have grasped whom you're dealing with. The name is Volcano.
Ouch!
Yep. Still feels pain.
Yeah.
Okay, Jaime, buddy.
Beetle, stop! Volume's still maxed out and there are people in there.
First things first!
Just how well do you know this guy?
Hey, Jaime's fighting an evil robot. Cut him some, okay?
Whatever. We got bystanders to save.
I think we got everyone out.
Time to sacrifice your victory and save the meat bags like a good hero.
You shouldn't stereotype!
That's cool.
Your friend was going to sacrifice us.
You'll have to do better than that, meat bag.
I'm really more of a meat box! And you're just scrap. Now we need to get you to Green Beetle.
Jaime, I'm not sure.
Ty, this is not up for debate. We need to go now.
Hey, excuse me?
Hero, question.
Hey, what happened here?
How about a few words?
Who are you?
What's your nom de guerre?
I'm Blue Beetle.
Like, you're Blue Beetle?
Haven't seen you around lately.
Loving the new look.
Of course, the timing of the robot's attack didn't help.
On the contrary, it helped establish your public profile as a true hero.
Which is easily as important as Green rebooted your Scarab to control the meat inside.
So you must control the natives of this world, enlarging the Reach's foothold in the galaxy.
Don't worry, my brothers. The meat will soon be eating out of your hands. Else they will not eat at all.
Is it really a good idea to come back here?
It's brilliant. The one place they never think to look. I mean, not a second time.
I'm done running.
Yo también. So now what?
No idea.
You work with the Reach. You make the refresco, their beverage.
True, but I've come to suspect they've been using me for their own ends. And I think you know what that feels like.
What do you want?
To empower you, not metapowers. You're doing just fine on that front. Instead, I want to help the four of you finally take control of your own destinies. Kimi no chikara ni naritai nda.
Tomo?
There's no pressure, my friends. I'm not going to make you do anything you don't want to do. But I'm hoping you can trust me. What do you say?
Boy. So, about Green Beetle.
Do the writers think this is a game?
Oh my, Jacob.
I saw into the future.
And then you backtracked right out of it.
I had faith. I had faith that I was wrong. I wanted to believe, to trust again.
It was so funny. Because when you were like, I think he's a bad guy, immediately I was like, well, alright. That's unfortunate. But yeah, it's fun. It's fine. When he finds out, he'll be proud. And then the next episode, you know what? I have a new theory. He's not bad. I'm like, oh, well, alright. We're back at it. We're back out of it. This will be doubly as satisfying for me. Oh, it's so... and when this episode was coming, since we're going to this episode, I was like, oh wait, doesn't he? I think he reveals, well, this will be funny. I think all in one day, you just whiplash of just like, he's bad. Yeah, he's alright. I
can't.
Yeah, go on.
I wanted to believe.
I know.
That one person would be good.
Well... What do you mean one person? Everybody else except for the Reach are bad.
No, they're just horrible.
Nightwing.
Just one good alien.
Artemis. Oh, alien. Well, John.
Trash.
John Jones? Martian Manhunter's good. So, but yeah. So it seems he's been working with Reach the whole time. And unfortunately, it seems he's put the Scarab back on mode. So we're seeing a Scarab knows Jaime. He's kind of like acting like him. Up until the point.
Oh, you mean the split fucking personality.
It's not a split personality. One's a person, one's an AI. It's not a split personality.
If two personalities are inside of one person, that is a split personality. It doesn't matter what you call the second.
That's not true.
That's absolutely true.
A split personality is two personalities that come from the same person.
No.
Yeah.
They're from the same person.
They're not. The Scarab, if it were attached to somebody else, it would be the same Scarab personality.
Then what if someone saw that?
Okay, saw what?
Would they call him a split personality person?
Well, if they knew...
Or schizophrenic?
What? Why schizophrenic?
Because he hears voices in his head.
If they didn't know the situation, they would call him either or, but that doesn't make it the truth. That doesn't mean anything, Jacob. What are you doing? Just because you think something without having the information doesn't make it true. He doesn't have a split personality. If you took the Scarab off of him, it would just be him. The personality isn't still in him. It's not a split personality.
So there's not a personality that's taking control of him right now.
But that's not split personality. That's just like being controlled. That's mind control almost.
Yeah, a person who has split personality disorder, they have moments where the other personality takes control.
But that's part of them. That's just part of them. That's like another side of them.
This beetle is a part of him.
It's not. It
is inside of his conscious.
It's like an armor, though. It's not his own personality. A split personality is like it's not
like he's wearing some headphones and the things are speaking to him through the headphones.
I understand.
It is a part of his DNA.
I understand. It's not part of his DNA. It's not.
They went to a subatomic level and couldn't remove him from his DNA.
It's more like a symbiote, and it wasn't removing him from his DNA. The arms, if you saw, they're lashed into his back. They were inside his back.
Inside of his body.
Yeah. But it's not like the Scarab isn't like through his whole entire cells, though. It's that they were trying to sever the legs that were latched onto him through his back.
Into his DNA.
It's not his... Okay. It's not his DNA, Jacob. If you ask anybody, it's not his DNA. It's an outer shell. The thing that goes over him is an outer shell. If he doesn't have the armor on and someone were to shoot him, he'd die.
Yes.
So it's not his DNA. It's not like it's just how his body's made up out of that. Jacob, Jarvis is an AI.
Yeah.
But it's not another personality if you have the suit on. Or even if Jarvis were like you were like have a little pod thing and latch it onto your back and it connects to your brain, you're not a split personality. It's just somebody that you're talking to in your head that's not your personality.
That is completely different because of the fact that Jarvis can't physically control Iron Man. He can control the suit. He is taking over his entire personality. His being is altered. When someone's entire essence...
It's connecting to his mind. It's not his DNA, though. As long as it has control of his mind, then it can control his body. But it's not his own personality, though. It's exerting their own personality over the person. It's just a form of like telepathically controlling them. It's not a personality thing.
It is a second personality.
It's a separate personality
inside of his body.
But it's not their own.
It is his conscious.
It's not
a person who is split personality and has split personality disorder. They would argue exactly what you're arguing. They would argue that personality is not them. That it is not their own. That it is not their person. They would make the same argument.
But
they would agree with you.
It's not an outward source, though, Jacob. It's not like somebody went into them and like implanting another personality.
That's not the point. There's a second personality inside of his mind.
Because of a Scarab, though. Because of an outward source. Jacob, it's literally a separate thing. If you took the Scarab off, he would be just Jaime. There would be nothing in here. If you put it on somebody else, it would be the same personality.
If you gave a person who has split personality disorder medication, they wouldn't have the second personality to begin with.
No, it suppresses
because the chemical would be altered in their brain.
It suppresses something inside them. The thing is, the split personality is their
It is the same thing.
No, it's not.
He's using artificial intelligence to control his mind through chemical imbalances. That is the same thing.
No, because he could still be there seeing everything. A split personality person isn't aware of what's going on.
They are aware.
They don't, because a lot of times they don't recall whatever happened. That's why there's a lot.
They don't recall what happened. They know something that they took over.
But they don't see when it's happening. When the other personality takes over, it's not happening.
And Jaime doesn't know right now what is happening.
That we know of.
What is the point?
But the thing is, his situation is different. We don't know what it's like for him on the inside. Regardless of that part of the argument, it's not his personality. It's somebody else controlling him from outside. The Reach is controlling him, not him.
That is not true. That there is no evidence to back that his personality right now is someone else sitting there.
Well, the Reach, the Scarab is a Reach developed AI personality. It's not a personality that came from him. When you develop a split personality, it is something that branches off from your own mind, that develops from your own tendencies, not something that somebody else supplants onto you, not something somebody creates and gives to you.
I don't believe that whatsoever.
What? What do you mean?
Because
what do you mean you don't believe
I don't believe that whatsoever because of the fact that machine learning and artificial intelligence, to a degree, could be a human consciousness. And a second human consciousness inside of the same brain that is a split personality. I don't even care.
But it's not theirs.
I don't even care.
I
don't even care.
I would say if Scarab were to be just like an AI, like just a component.
Because
hold on. If it was just a component attached to the person and it created a personality within them, like it grabbed onto something, it didn't have personality before him, but the Scarab was on there, branched into their mind and created something separate, then I would say yes. But that's not what the Scarab is.
An outside source affecting the mind.
But not something that they created though. I'm saying if it was blank when it was put onto him, and then it created something in him. That's not at all what I've been saying, Jacob.
An outside source of changing the balance to make a second personality inside of a human brain.
I'm saying if the personality already exists in the Scarab, is a different thing. It's not.
It is a second person. Okay, because this is it gets
split. Here's the thing: split, meaning the brain splits. The mind breaks. It creates it as a defense mechanism. The personality was already
splits. He is not the same human being right now.
You gotta look up split personality disorder.
Do it. Because they're not going to be able to give you an answer because machine learning.
How would the Scarab consider? Okay, look.
How would artificial intelligence count towards the human existence?
How about we? Look,
the reason why that this cannot be answered with the knowledge that we have right now. That you have.
I can't say much more. The problem that you have
because of the fact that if we're looking at this at a purely scientific level, we don't know from a scientific level what the soul is.
Oh, well.
And if you're telling me,
no, we don't want to bring soul. That's different.
Your soul, your consciousness, your consciousness, the being of your consciousness, whatever you want to call it, your soul. Whatever, gray matter, I don't care what you call it. There is a second entity inside of this person's essence. That consciousness is now split. However you want to call that, that is a split personality.
I'll say they have a separate personality in them that's not their own. I will say, well, we're not taking into consideration this is a comic book.
It could be all of the above.
It could be all of it. You know what? Feck it. Regardless.
Perfect.
Jaime's now with the Reach.
Jaime drank the dumb juice, and we're here.
You know who did though? Virgil, and then he spat it out. Because Ty's like, dude, that's a Reach. And then, that looked good. I want peach.
Dude,
which one would you?
Which mango?
That sounds really good.
That sounds really good.
But have you had peach yogurt and strawberry mango?
Peach
yogurt?
is like
Whoa, well.
Peach is
strawberry mango is usually
strawberry mango.
Strawberry mango. Dude, remember strawberry banana yogurts though? Here estamos. This is the friendship, guys. Constant just battering each other. And it's like, but dude, do you remember yogurt?
Do you remember yogurt, bro? Me, him, and Austin can have an argument for a full 2 hours, and then afterwards, just like,
here's the thing,
bro, wings are fucking bomb.
Here's the thing, Austin and I, regardless, at the end of it, we'll both like, this guy's an idiot, though.
Yeah. Austin, you're like, because that's so fucking stupid.
That's 70, 80, 95% of the time we're right. So, Virgil, or Ty, his power, pretty sick. And just freaking astral form giant asleep.
And the only weakness is that it still hurts him.
The only caveat is that he will still feel it. He can take it possibly an obscene amount of damage. The unfortunate thing is we don't know how much, because the freaking thing that got him were these giant pillar spears that jabbed through the astral form.
Yeah.
So
barely missing him.
Yeah, barely missing him already, but just that piercing the astral form was like piercing your spirit. And it was it's like to your core. You can't imagine
the only way that I can imagine that is like if you ever had like a really vivid dream where you got like eaten or stabbed or something, and you like jolt awake and you're like,
I hate that. Do you ever you like fallen? That feeling sucks when you wake up.
Oh,
That sucks, but it's so freaky. Like one time I had a dream where I was working at my old house on top of the roof. We were for some reason working on the roof, and I slipped, and instead of sliding down the roof, I was like sliding down the roof, levitating. So I couldn't grab anything. So it was like.
That is, I wouldn't. I'd be like, I'm done. Like
it was the
sleep isn't happening. You know, it's not.
It was the worst feeling, and then I woke up and I jumped up. Like it was weird. Like I jumped off the bed like that, like while still laying down. I was like, anyway. And then we had Red Volcano show back up, but we find out that was because of Lex. He was like, we're gonna shut down the power so they can escape. Then we'll send Red Volcano in later to kind of like separate him from Blue Beetle, and then we'll call the news in to distract him even further and give him time to escape.
Now Lex is helping?
With him scheming, you don't know what he's got up his sleeves, bruh.
You don't, but he's stopping.
I mean, considering he has these kids, chances are it's not good.
If he stops an alien invasion.
Yes, but here's the thing.
Right now he is creating an army of 14-year-olds with
here's the thing with the light.
Powers.
They could have just been manipulating these guys from the very get-go, and they don't know it. Because they look so down upon humans, they wouldn't do the
same.
That.
Yeah, they do. They're doing the same thing to each other.
Yeah.
Vandal Savage is probably like, these guys are idiots.
No honor among thieves, my man.
The aliens are like, these guys are idiots.
Small just throwaway thing was the fact the only one that could get to you in time are Flash and Impulse. Unfortunately, they're in Malaysia saving rescue victims from tsunamis. So it's so things happen in the world that we don't see.
we have natural disasters that still exist.
Yeah, I kind of like the way they do that. Like it's kind of not throwaway, but there's these disasters, whether natural or caused by villain powers or whatever, and it's just this happens whether we're there or not, whether we're even being shown it. But we can have people still dealing with it. So I kind of like how they're kind of expanding in the world while not really showing too much of it. Not for lack of a better term, wasting time to show everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eduardo, he's the guy, the scientist who works. We've kind of seen him work with Zeta Tech.
Yeah.
And we see that his son has powers that basically reflect that, which is a very interesting thing that they were kind of wanting to research. It was there can't be a coincidence. There's got to be a reason why. For some reason, you can do this while my research for the past 2 decades has been on Zeta Tech. There's something here. Something's going on. I don't know what it is. We want to find out. It's maybe that the Reach don't find out before we do and try to use that as well. I mean, that might not be why he wants that, but maybe they can influence or something the servicing of people's powers. But what?
This might be stupid.
Go on. I like it already.
But what if? Due to traumatic experience and whatever, things that happen in your life, things that weigh heavily on your mind,
right?
That this show is going into the idea of actual
adaptive abilities,
manifestation,
right?
I believe survival. So it shall be.
Could be. It could be that, or it could be lending it to its hand to survival of the fittest. We have to adapt to survive, kind of a thing.
I mean, yeah, but if you look at it in this, I've been working on teleportation for 20 years,
right.
And now my son, you have this ability.
So you're thinking it could go to something, not something that you manifest, but something that can you inadvertently manifest on somebody else,
someone's life to that degree where you mold their life to that point.
Right.
I don't know what that gene would be to cause them to be able to do that, but Ty is the same way. Ty, his grandfather was heavily spiritual. He constantly mentored and tutored him throughout his life, had the issues with his parents, so he liked to stay with his grandfather more often. So he was very spiritually involved with his grandfather, and his grandfather almost seemed to know what was going on. Almost.
Just kind of talking.
But
I'm not sure which one it is.
He seemed to have felt like a
I
back
don't
to the spiritual consciousness split thing.
Oh boy.
The old man felt a separate spiritual energy from him.
The only thing I'm not sure if the show itself is lending itself to that. That's a good idea. That could be a thing, and maybe that could be a thing in other media and other like genres and stuff. I don't know if that's what they're doing here. A lot of times in here, it's more like their what's the word I'm looking for? Their experiences or traumatic events. Well, traumatic events they've experienced. Like again with Eduardo Jr. Eddie. He's been, he knows his father. He knows what he works with, and he could have been exposed possibly in light doses, like the lightest of doses where it would be ineffectual, but like it's there so that when they're trying to invoke his metagenes, it kind of melds with any kind of residual zeta particles or whatever, and he gets teleportation zeta powers like that. With Ty, it might not be because his grandfather like spiritually kind of like pushes something onto him, not like that, but you know what I mean. But it's just because like he takes comfort in spending time with his grandfather and talking with him and getting advice from him. He might maybe not show it a lot of times, but he might lean towards a more spiritual essence, and so that might be kind of what lends to his powers. And it might all have to do with his ancestry. Like that might be something deep within. Like maybe someone in his ancestry has some kind of abilities, maybe not as crazy as that.
Yeah.
Maybe they have something like that as well. It could be ancestral, or even like maybe not powers, but like some kind of weird tribal thing. I don't know. It could be something like that. That kind of takes usually in comics and other stuff. That usually lends more of a hand in that regard to people getting powers. So it might be more like that. But that's an interesting idea as well. I just don't know if the writers or the show are like hinting at that or reaching out to that. It was just more so that the son was spending time with the dad at times when he was working on Zeta Tech and crap. So it's not stupid. It makes sense. It's just I don't know if that's what they're heading towards. Oh man. What's crazy to think about is like Eddie when he shows up and he, for the first time, grabs his dad and he uses his teleportation with more than just himself. Like first off, it's crazy that he has the ability because of Zeta technology possibly to like send his particles, his cells through time and space and come back together in another point. To be so new at it and then having to take your cells and then take another entirely different person's cells, put them together the exact same way separately. That's ridiculous. And like you could see how much just like strain, like something in him, like and maybe it didn't quite get there, or it was just so much strain to separate and re-put back together. Even though he's maybe not consciously thinking about, all right, let me separate these particles here and there, but having to go through that process, like the strain your body's got to be going through, to essentially be tearing itself apart and putting it back together in that instantaneous time. Jesus, the kind of show I like that. It was like, oh Jesus, it hurt. He's even like, it hurts. They're both like really feeling it.
The willpower.
Yeah. And when you're seeing your dad's in danger, you're like, oh, nope. But they were still kind of in danger because they couldn't move afterwards.
Yeah.
But I mean, the thought was there. He did a good job, and it bought them enough time because otherwise, I think if he didn't bamf him out of there, even like a short distance away, Red probably would have taken his head.
Yeah,
as he wants to do. A lot of it was set up by Lex, as always, as it tends to happen. Blue Beetle is now working with the Reach. He's an agent of the Reach, as Lex had said. And now all the colors are together, uniting as one, which is usually a good thing, but right here, not so much. Jacob, though, he never saw it coming. We can look back at the videos.
Yeah, never.
He's so stupid. Split personality. Guys, that's it for this week's episode of Young Justice. Hope you enjoy it. If you want to see next week's episode, go ahead and click subscribe. Patreon for next week early. And just to really let Jacob know how much of an idiot he is for all his wrong, stupid ideas.